Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Books. In this episode, we talk about the business of science again. And next thing would be, like yeah, I talk about job training and training for the work. I think I mentioned that part, but paying for the training, and then not only that, what I also mentioned was certification. You want so I reach that point where it'd be like most of the work you're doing is require some form of certification outside of the university degree. I want that, but you know, going through the process and getting the first work, what I realized was that if it's possible to actually train the person to do the work that you want them to do, given that they have the basic prerequisite. But if you actually do it well, it can basically be able to certify them to say, okay, you have gone through this process successfully. Then you have this thing to say, yeah, you have actually gone through this process successfully. And then, boom, if you actually leave, you can say, boom, you have the certification. So that's the thing that basically will make the thing more credible, where it'll be like, yo, you'll have this certification to say, yo, I've actually gone through this phase, and then boom, you'll be like, you can move on, and then you can move to another industry similar to this industry and be like, yo, I have the certification, and be like, even though it could be a competitor, and be like, yo, he got the certification. It's a competent certification. So even if my competitor be like, yo, um, you know, well, my competitor would be more likely to actually take him because my certification is valid. And then when you go to the next one, they want to implement that certification. And then they say, okay. And that's how you can be like a person with a university degree, no experience with certificate and no certification in the field, can get a certification right out of school. You're going through the training. If you're successful, go to the training, be like boom, and then you get paid. You get paid there. So it's not paid like a stipend. So it's not really a big check. It's just basically something to keep you there, keep you there so that you can travel and transportation and stuff like that, and stuff. So that's all you have to really look at the business side and be like, okay, yeah, you do that, and you're basically for the person that don't make it, you're setting up them for success in the future. You're setting up them for success in the future by giving them that certification. So they don't get the job, but they get the certification. I can be like, okay, yeah. So that's how I really have to do it. And yeah, so let's look over that as well. But how to get a proper certification, that's another thing. But yeah, I said, everything comes in time. Everything comes in time. As I read down to the last year of 2023. The thing about end of 2023 is that it really has some bad moments. But the thing about it is that it um it's one of those things where uh is like some of the things that I usually dream about and thought were impossible I know become impossible. I know become impossible within arm's reach. And be like, oh my God. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. So that's one of those things where be like, yeah. So that's why you have to be it's sad, but you have to really be excited about it. future. I have to reframe my mind so I can have the better perspective on life. I have to have a better perspective on life. Yeah. So that's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Hmm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.